Hello, my name is Shiraj Shaib. I'm here to explain on AutoCAD. Today is the first video of me explaining on voiceover. So this is a beginner tutorial. I will explain step by step on how to design a plan in AutoCAD. But today I will only explain about the components of AutoCAD. But the next video will be about creating a plan and some stuffs like that. As days go, we are going to develop on more detailed deep planning, but today we are going just to explain about the introduction to AutoCAD, but it will be very efficient video. So new here, please subscribe to the Engineers Blueprint channel and turn on notification bell so that every time we post a new video you can be notified. And let's get started. First of all, let's know what is AutoCAD. AutoCAD is computer-aided drawing that is developed by Autodesk, and you can get AutoCAD by downloading it from Autodesk website. You can use it for free as student or using free trials, but it also has some premier features. For me, I downloaded through the official student version site. So let's see Autodesk education like this. Let me see. You see here, if you don't have an account, you are required to sign up, but for me I have an account, so I just log into my account. Okay, after signing in, you can select the product from here. Like you select AutoCAD. This is the AutoCAD software. I'm using Windows versions, but you can also download it using Mac. So let's see here, access product, and then okay, because I'm using student version, I have access to AutoCAD, and here is it. Here you can choose version, any version you want. For me, I'm using 2024, and my Win64 language. You can choose the language from here and install it. Now, after installation of AutoCAD, you will open it, and it will ask you to sign in to the Autodesk account. As the first time we open the AutoCAD, you will see this AutoCAD logo. Here it has some option, maybe to export your file into PDF or something if you want to print it. And here the first one is open. Here you can open any project from your device, and here it's new. You create a new document from here, and this panel is for recently created or opened AutoCAD files. You can view it from here. So let's get started by opening a new document. This one, new. So first of all, you will see these tabs, different tabs. Every tab has different functions depending on which function do you want. But let's start with home tab. Here at home tab, you will see align, poly. Here they are also categorized in draw, modify, annotation, layer, blocks, properties, groups, and so on. So first of all, before starting any project, I prefer to set the units. So I will type units in my keyboard, units, you see, and then press enter or spacebar. Here I use as decimals, and precision I use 2 decimal places. Units I set it into centimeter, and everything I leave as it is, and then press OK. So after that I will continue. Now everything I will draw here will be in centimeter. Okay, so as you see here, top is a control panel. Like every function is found, not every, but many functions are found in top, and also at the bottom there's different functions. Like here is a model. This one model, it's a modeling space, but there's a layout 1, layout 2, and so on. You can add a layout from here, but just keep in model place. You see here it's writing model. If you change it, it will show you like this is the paper, and this also is the paper. So let's stay in model, and here you see this is the grid lines. So if I toggle this on, it shows this grid line. If I turn it off, it will disappear. You see it disappear. So I prefer using grid lines, so it's make like more reference lines. And here is the snapping tools. Here's the difference of snapping. You can snap by grid or polar snap. Here polar snap is angle, grid is using grid lines, and this one is a ortho mode. Ortho mode is like when I use this line like this, I can move anywhere, but maybe I want to draw this line straight, like maybe horizontal or vertical. I turn this on. If I turn this on, you see my line are going straight, either vertically or horizontally. See, like that. And also there's this one. This and this are different. This is only toggle for 90 degrees, but this you can set it. If you toggle this arrow, you see you can set from 90, like factor of 90, 45, 30, 23, 18, and so on. But most of the time I use this also because many plants are in right angled. So toggle this one. This also is the polar snapping. This mostly is used in 3D, but today we are going to use in drafting 2D. This is snapping tools. Snapping tools are like if you want to select the midpoint of this line and you want to draw another line from the midpoint of this, so you can choose a line, and if I hover here, you see this small triangle. This is the midpoint of this point. It's right in there, midpoint, but I can turn it on or off by in this section now. See here, midpoint is turned on. If I turn it off, I can't. You see, I just see the cross. I don't see the midpoint, so you can set it from here. Okay. Now, these are the things I used. I will explain it in the next project because today is a beginner tutorial. I will end up there. So let's start with home tab. There, maybe I will finish this all home tab and we'll learn next things in the next video. So let's start with this line. As I explained before, line is just drawing a line. Let's delete this first. Let's continue. You see this line tool is used to draw a lines. As when you hover it, it explains what does it do. You see, if you hover for some times, it will explain to you what does it do. You see, and like just points, you pick points. Maybe I want to draw a line with 20 centimeters. Just point to the first point. It asks you for specify the first point, and you see this first point to show some numbers. These numbers are grids from the origin here, and this the Cartesian, I set it to be not to set it to the origin. As you see, it's moving, but you can set it from the origin by typing UCS icon. You see this UCS icon, and you see here I set for no origin, and it's on. You can turn it off or origin If you press origin, meaning it will, let's see this icon, no origin, let's see, it's not moving, I don't know. Oh, move and align. You see, this is the origin. You see, this is the origin. I set it. Now I will type UCS icon and set origin, so it will come here. You see, it will come to the origin of my where I set it before. So now if I want to draw a line, you see this grid line are showing in number now 4.4, and 6.5. Now I want to set it at 3.3 from the origin. I will type at and then 3, then comma 3. The first point will be 3.3. You see. Now this line I can specify the length. Maybe I want to draw in 10 centimeters to the right, and then top to 15 maybe, and then 10 again. You can finish the line by just hover this endpoint at some time and then move it up like this. See, it doesn't work. Move it like this. Okay. Sometimes it snaps, but no, I don't know. Let's just at 10 and close it. You see, now this is a line. This is by using function of line. Now I want to do another shape like this by using polyline. Polyline is different from, you see here from the line I can snap it and you see it's highlight by only single line. But if I use polyline and then maybe start from here, then this side top 15, turn left and complete here. You see, if I hover it, it's hover full shape. You see, hover full shape, but this only hover a line. But you can make a polyline of this by just drag this shape and type J in your keyboard. J, say join, like that. You can see now I hover it, it says a polyline, but this is a polyline. But I can also convert this into line by just click it and type X for explode. You see, and see now it's just a line. It says here it's a line. Okay, now let's move to the another function, which is cycle. Cycle is used to draw circles, but it also has some function, like if you toggle this arrow, it show you different function. For example, the first one is center radius. You just specify the center and move and specify the radius, maybe 4. So now the distance, the radius is 4. Another one is center diameter. I want to draw the same circle, but this will be diameter. So I toggle here and say 8 because half of diameter is radius. So 8. You see the same size of circle, but this is the radius is 50 diameter. And this is 2 points. You pick circle in 2 points. Maybe I want to do a circle from here to here, maybe. You see, only 2 points, and it's do a circle. This one is 3 points. You pick maybe here, here, and maybe here. You must pick 3 circles to do 3 points to the circle, but mostly we use center radius. And another one is tangent. Tan radius means tangent radius. Like I want this to be a tangent and this to be a tangent and radius of 3. See. Another one is tangent means you pick 3 points for a line like this. It will do automatically. Okay, let's move on. Here is an arc. We draw it like you want to draw just an arc. You don't want to complete a circle, you just do an arc with different dimension. Maybe vertically it's different from horizontally, so we use an arc. And arc also has some function, like mostly we use 3 points. Oh, no, start, center, end. And you should know that arcs are drawn to anti-clockwise. If I want to draw a circle to this direction, I must start here, midpoint here, and automatically it snaps to this end. See? But the same way, if I start here, maybe here, and come here, you see my circle is rotating outside, means it's moving from here, this point to this point, anti-clockwise. Okay. Let's go on. So the shape are coming good. Just for an explanation. Now there's a rectangle. Just snap it. So drawing a rectangle, there's two ways. You can use coordinates or you can use dimension. If I want to use coordinate, I will type maybe 4,4. But 4,4 it automatically means x positive, y positive. When I hit enter, it will draw it to the top. But if I want to use dimensions like this, maybe I will type first D. You see here down, it say D for dimension, D, and enter, and then maybe 10, enter, and then 15, enter. It will ask me where I'm going to draw it. You see, it doesn't complete it automatically. Okay. There's an ellipse. Ellipse, as you know, like a circle, but this has, it's maybe you want to draw a shape that is not equal in vertical and horizontal. Just draw an ellipse like this. You see? Yeah. Hashes means if this was a plan and you want to fill it, like this is a column, maybe this one, and you want to fill with hatches, just click here and choose a mode, maybe single or patterns, maybe solid or patterns. I will choose solid and just over it. It snaps the covered areas like this point. You see, it will cover the this. Let me show this. You see, it covers the enclosed areas. If I hover it here, you see, yeah. And then after finishing, maybe let's put here, just press close hatch creation. So this is created. And there's another function here down, but today I will end up there. Now let's move on to modify tab, because I thinking the video should not be too long. Maybe next time I will use other features, but today let's end up there. Let's move to modify tab. Modify tab, it has move, rotate, trim, copy, mirror, fillet, erase, explode, and so on. So let's start with move. Assume we want to move this circle top maybe by 10 centimeters. Yes, there's two ways. You can first click the shape and press move like this, or select the shape and type M in your keyboard for shortcut, enter, and then you move it. And I will create another video for shortcuts, so stay tuned, because sometimes you need to use shortcuts to do your work faster than coming here and selecting it, coming here and selecting it. Sometimes it takes time. Okay, that was a move. Let's copy. Assume I want to copy this circle. The same way, I can maybe first create and copy, click and copy. So it asks for the base point and this one to this, or I can type CO, then it's asking me copy, and then press enter or spacebar like this, and it asks me select an object, this object. press spacebar or enter, and then specify the base point and just move it up. Okay, stretch now is maybe this was 10 and 15. I want to make it 15 by 15, and I don't want to start modeling it again. So maybe first select this side, the place I want to stretch, and then I know this one will be stretched and this one will not, because I didn't selected it, and select stretch, and you see it's moved to this point, to this direction. See, I had, because it was 10, I added it by 5. See, now it's 15 by 15. Okay, let's go to rotate. It's same rotate as you know, rotate, but rotate, I want to rotate a shape. Just click rotate, select your object, space, and you can rotate it by 90 degrees or by typing angle, maybe left arrow like this and type maybe angle 30, enter. You see it's rotated. Mirror, as you know, mirror, I can mirror an object like this. Mirror, let's select this one and enter. Mirror from this point, you see it's mirror to the other side, or this side, or this side. So it's depends on what side you want to mirror it. And it asks you want to erase the original, or you don't want. Maybe you don't want to erase it, you click no. If you want it, you click yes. That's it. And this is the scale. Maybe you want to make it this bigger, the size by a certain factor. So just click scale, select an object, enter, base point this one, and you see it asks you. Maybe you want to make it 2 times, just type 2, enter. It will automatically enlarge it. The trim tool is used to cut an object, but it must have some cutting point. In older version it was you must select a cutting point, but nowadays it's just you click on trim and go to certain part. You see it snaps to them. This side means this side should be cutted, erased. And now as the older version it was like, if you see this, it only at the empty space, there's no line cutting. It was not able to, like you see now it can cut it, but the older version it was not able to cut it. So I prefer to use the latest version, so it will be better and much faster. So now I can trim it. You see here, created this shape, and the type, just press enter or space, or you can right click it and press choose it. See, and also in trim, sometimes maybe let's do something here. Maybe this rectangle, this one. Now assume now I choose a trim, and I was trimming something, but I trimmed this by mistake, like this. Here you can use extend tool by choosing it from the trim, or just press hold the shift and then choose the line. You see it's automatically extended to that point, but it can't extend this point because it is closed, and this was a rectangle, it's not a line. But let me see if this one was a line. If I toggle shift, you see it snaps to the top. Here there's no boundary, so it can't go to this side. You see it's go top. You see, if I select this, it will go to this boundary. See, like this. So that was the extend tool, and it just trim like this. Let's turn it to this one. Okay, press enter or spacebar. Now notice that the last function you choose it, and it's records. So if I want to select again trim, I may go and select it, or just press hold, no, click on spacebar or enter on your keyboard. Automatically it selects a trim function. Okay, Now fillet. Let's see, let's move this to the other side, move tool, and let's say this explode it, X. Let's see, maybe this line was here, and I want to connect it here by 90 degrees, okay? So I'll choose fillet, and you see here, it asks you, undo, like undo it, polyline, radius, trim, multiple for maybe you have many tasks you want to, I will show you. So let's start with radius. I want this to be 90 degrees, okay? So I type R for radius, you see here, R, enter, and space 0, enter. So it will automatically draw it in 90 degrees, you see. Now if I want to draw it in angle, maybe 10 radius, I will click again on fillet and type R, enter, and then 5. See, if I select this line and this line, it will automatically draw a circle, an arc of one circle with 5 radius. You see. Now, if I want to draw a multiple, maybe this side, this side, this side, and this side, I'll just click on fillet and press, you see here, M, enter. Then I can draw it from here to here, and remember, the last radius you kept in fillet, it will automatically generate in the next fillet. So to escape that, we type again R, enter, and then 0, enter. It will fillet at 90 degrees, you see. And then if we type R, enter, maybe radius of 10, enter. You see now, you see, radius 10. Okay, let's go. Array is used to arrange things in, maybe you want to arrange something in a circle or a line. So let's say we have certain circle here, and we want to array maybe a small circle here, let's say this one with a radius of 2 maybe. I want to array it in this side, so I select it and say array. You see, it's arrayed automatically in horizontal, but I want to make it circular. So let's see. It's arrayed in type. But I don't want to make it in rectangle. Shut up. There's a way to move it in a circle, maybe. Wait. Close array. But sometimes, maybe if I get the function of array, I will come and explain it. But there's sometimes you can array it. Maybe let me see. Oh, this one. This is a rectangular array, and this polar array. Let's see. So this was rectangular, as you see here, rectangular array, but there's also circular array. Let's select this and delete. And you should know that during in selection, if you move from left to the right, it will only select the covered area, but if you move from right to the left, it will remove everything it touches. You see, even if it was not covered, it will select it. So let's say circular array, polar array, select an object, this object. Enter. Select the center of array. See, now you see this shape. If I move a cursor to the quadrant of the circle, it will show me the center of it. I will go there and select it. You see, now you see it asks me the numbers. So here it's 6, so I can add here maybe items 12. You see it's adding in circle, and it count from here to this. You see this direction. Okay, that was array, and here maybe you want to make a chain. Maybe now you can use trim to trim this side and here, something like that, because AutoCAD is used in different areas. See, now let's move on to another thing, which is this is erase. Yes, if you select erase, you can put on your limit. Maybe I don't want this, just click it and you see it's hovered. It doesn't disappear. It's different from trim, it should disappear automatically. Press enter, and then after pressing enter it will disappear. Now I want this to be in a polyline, so I will select all of it and type join, or under modify you see this arrow, it's here, and select it and we see this icon join. If you press it, it's now a single, but sometimes you will see it's like some segments. But if you select it again and join it again, because this was complex, it will join by like in different ways, because this was a circle. Sometimes it's difficult to join a circle, but as you join multiple times, it will join it whole thing. You see it's join step by step. See, join it again. You see it's continuing. So but for lines it's joining automatically first. Now let's move on to export. Maybe this was a rectangle, I want to export it to lines, so I just click it and type, press here, export. It will export it to lines. But it's other way, join it again. You see rectangle are joined automatically lines. You can type, if you want to export it, type X, explode, and then select an object, int. You see it's exploded. Let's join it again. Okay, now this is offset. Offset is like you want to make this circle small or bigger, but with the same center of it. Just create offset and specify the distance, maybe 20. Now if I select it, I can snap it. No, 20 is too big, maybe let's say 4. I can move it inside or outside. You see, outside, inside, outside, inside. 4. You see that? My work is delete it. See, now by that you now understand how to use this draw panel and modify, because most of the time we use these two sections. This annotative tab I will come and explain to later, but in shortly, this is used to place text in, maybe you want a room to be named like this is room 1 or 2. This is for dimensioning. Annotation I will explain it later, because this is very it's very long session. Now let's go on to layer properties. In here, maybe you want to create your layers. Maybe this, let's say this was maybe shape of a chain, so you want to specify it by layers. You come here at layer properties and click it like this. You see here it will ask you, here it's properties, layer manager. Maybe you want to delete or add another layer, and you see this with small like a star. This is a new layer. Click it, you can name it like maybe here is wheel, you see, and then you can give a color to it. Okay, maybe line type continuous. You see here it's only one line continue, but I can add it by a click load. It will add me more lines like this. Okay, select it and then okay, cancel. Okay, now it's AutoCAD. I saw these numbers. Okay, and then you can add again another layer like rectangles. And so on. And also you can give a color to it and select a line. Okay, and then close it. Now if I select this and I want to move it to another layer, just select it and come here, drop it and move to the wheel. What is the advantage of layers? Layers, you can turn off the layers in order to not see this shape. Like if I go to this bulb, I can turn it off or turn it on. Turn off the layer, the current layer, you see it's turned on. Okay, the most thing is that because you see even here the same thing. This is for new layer. The turned off layers, you can turn all together at once or one by one by selecting this and here is a block tab. Maybe I want this to be a block of wheel. I can create a block of this by here, create a new block and name it a wheel. Pick a point, just me to pick a point and then select an object like this and enter. Now you will see it here. You can specify the description of it, okay, and so on. When I click OK, now it's like a block. It's a block. Now it also appears here on insert. When I move it down, you will see it here. When I click it, it's snapped at the beginning of this point. You see I selected this point as beginning, so it's the base point of it. So now I can move it maybe here. See? Okay, now what next? This is match properties. Maybe I draw a line here like this. Okay, but I don't want it to be dashed lines. Okay, I want to be full. I can click on match properties and it asks me to select the source object, maybe this object, and then when I click it here, you see it's a full and it's moved to another layer. You see that it was match properties, and here you can manage the line type and the line weight. Let's see the time. 40 minutes. Okay, so that is all of today, and make sure you subscribe to my channel, to our channel, and see you in the next one. And make sure you share, you ask me anything you want to know about AutoCAD, I will explain it to you. Thank you and bye.